Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. It is the last video of the day, the last video of the week. It's moving into a Friday evening, so it's my last chance to ask you to very kindly, if you have yet to subscribe, please do hit the subscribe button. Let's get the channel growing. Let's get out there, spread the word. Also, do please like this video once you've seen it, or possibly just now. I think you're going to like it, because we're going to look at Angela Rayner. It's a lovely way of ending the week, because you know I always like to end the day on something uplifting and good. And normally I do something out of the Scottish politics scene, but this one, it's UK politics, but I think it still counts, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be very pleased to know that Angela Rayner is currently now officially being investigated by Greater Manchester Police. They're looking to see whether she broke electoral law, as well as making sort of false claims and fraudulent claims against tax and all sorts of different things. And so there is a formal investigation underway. The Labour Party, of course, are backing her. What else are they going to do? But the chavviest of chavvy gobshites is now lost for words. I don't know if anyone saw her in Middlesbrough the other day, yesterday I think, and people were coming up and saying, she's broken the tax law and that, and she ran scarpering off into a pub, quick cigarette out the back, trying to hide from people, because she's running scared. She knows she's been caught. She knows the end is probably nigh. Let's take a look. So, police investigating whether Angela Rayner broke electoral law. She probably did, because she's not very bright. You have to remember she left school unable to read and write. Numbers ain't great either. She does know, of course, how to light a cigarette, and she knows certainly how to breed. Been doing that from quite a young age. The Labour Party said it remains confident that Rayner has complied with the rules. Confident is not the same as knowing, is it? But I can be confident of a great many things. I can be confident that Angela Rayner is in deep trouble. Don't know it, but I'm confident of it. Police are investigating claims that Angela Rayner may have broken electoral law over information she gave about her living situation a decade ago. It comes after the Conservative Deputy Chairman James Daly made Greater Manchester Police aware of neighbours contradicting Rayner's statement that her property, separate from her husband's, was her main residence. It's amazing what it can do when you work from home and on your back. GMB previously said it would not be investigating the allegations. However, following a complaint from Mr. Daly, the police confirmed it had reassessed information and had now launched a probe. Isn't it delicious? This woman is a two-faced gobshite. Oh, she's benefited from buying a council house and flogging it, not declaring that, doing a bit of tax jiggery-pokery, claiming she's taken professional tax advice, unable to provide any of it. Having taken advantage of the purchase of a council house, she's now saying to other people, no, you must not. I'm all right, Jack. Pull the ladder up. Anyway, the Labour Party said it remains confident Rayner has complied with the rules. She may have complied with the rules, but the optics are terrible, aren't they? The optics are awful. The Ashton-under-Lyne MP welcomes the chance to set out the facts with the police. Spokesperson for the force said, we're investigating whether any offences have been committed. Well, I think they have, but that's not for me to say. This follows a reassessment of the information provided to us by Mr. Daly. I mean, she'd previously claimed that, no, I lived here, but I lived there, and blah, 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 and all this bollocks, right? And that's how she did it in order to try and save £1,500 worth of stamp duty. Imagine if she just hadn't bothered, just paid the stamp duty all those years ago. None of this would have come out. But the gobshite, she can't help it. She's such a chav, though, isn't she? And it's the very fact, the hypocrisy of her saying, oh, you mustn't buy your council house, like what I did. Do as I do. No, do as I say, not as I do, kind of thing. Anyway, Rayner has faced scrutiny about whether she paid the right amount of tax on the 2015 sale of her council house because of confusion over whether it was her principal residence. Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer has previously said the Conservatives are chasing a smear in raising questions about the deputy leader. This woman is going to be Prime Minister shortly after the Labour victory. It's only right we know what kind of woman she is. Rayner has rejected suggestions in a book by former Tory chairman Lord Ashcroft that she failed to properly declare her main home. The unauthorised biography state alleges that she bought a former council house in Vicarage Road in Stockport, Greater Manchester, with a 25% discount in 2007 under the Right to Buy scheme. The former carer is said to have made a £48,500 profit when selling the house 8 years later. Don't doubt it. Government guidance says that the tenant can apply to buy the council home through the Right to Buy scheme if it is their only or main home. Her husband was listed at another address in Lowndes Lane, about a mile away, which also had been bought under the Right to Buy scheme. So you got the pair of them, right to buying 2 houses, 2 council houses, greedy bastards. And now she's up there saying, oh, you mustn't buy your council house. Hypocritical what? In the same year as her wedding, Rayner is said to have re-registered the births of her 2 younger children, given her address where her husband resided. Rayner has insisted the Vicarage Road was her principal property, despite her husband living elsewhere at the time. It just stinks, doesn't it? It stinks of desperation, of greedy, grasping desperation of people who for saving 1,500 quid, you know? Anyway, neighbours have reportedly disputed her claim that she lived apart from her husband. Starmer has previously defended Rayner and said that people were more interested in problems caused by this government. No, considering you lot are likely to be the next government, we want to know exactly what kind of people you are. He said Angela Rayner has been asked no end of questions about this. Quite right too. She's answered them all, but not truthfully. And she said she's very happy to answer any further questions from the police or any of the authorities, but just not from people, not from ordinary people. So let's get the police in and ask them. She said, I don't need to see the legal advice, my team has seen it, he says. Tax experts have estimated that while Rayner may not have owed anything in capital gains tax following the sale because it was under the threshold, there are circumstances in which she could have owed as much as $3,500 to the taxman. And the opposition frontbencher said she did nothing wrong. Well, obviously she did if she lied. And why is she so sleek about it now? Why is she so shady? Why is she running away and hiding in pubs in Middlesbrough? It just stinks, doesn't it? It stinks like a week-old haddock. The facts, I mean, not her, obviously. Well, a Labour spokesperson said, Angela welcomes the chance to set out the facts with the police. Oh, welcomes it, does she? I bet she doesn't welcome it. I bet she's only saying that so that it doesn't look like what she is. Proper tax crook. But even if she's innocent and there's nothing owed, it doesn't matter. She's still a two-faced, hypocritical twonk. That her and her husband each bought a council house. 2 council houses bought, and now she wants to end that right for everyone else. Really, Angela? Is that how you want to be seen? You need to think again. The optics are terrible. But I don't care. I don't care about Angela Rayner. The optics are terrible anyway. She's not a very attractive woman. And when you hear her speak, you realise she's not only not good looking on the outside, but inside. Oh, she's a writhing mass of ugliness on the inside. She's bitter. She's jealous. She's loathing and self-loathing, I think. She realises that she's got to this point. She's about to become Prime Minister. And it's all going wrong. It isn't good for her. But it may just save Britain. Coming up. Now, I know regular viewers will know why Rayner is likely to become Prime Minister, but for those who are new to the channel, the plan is this. Keir Starmer is electable, Rayner isn't. But Keir Starmer is not popular with his own party. So they use Keir Starmer as the, shall we say, the Trojan horse. He's the one that gets into number 10. And then within a week or so of him being Prime Minister, there will be a coup d'etat. He'll be thrown out. Rayner will go in. She'll be the new Prime Minister, a woman who can barely read and write. Marvellous. We're bound to do ever so well. Britain will be a high-flying nation filled with aspiring people rushing to come here to enjoy the low taxation and the spirit of free enterprise. Or the other thing will happen. Oh yes, it's going to be the other thing, isn't it? Thanks very much for watching. You have been a marvellous audience this week. You are all marvellous. I love all of you. You've done very well. I have managed to plod along and I hope I've been entertaining. And if I have, press the like button, definitely hit the subscribe button. And we'll start the whole thing again next week. Over the weekend, might be 1 or 2 long form. Predominantly, it'll just be the short forms because, you know, got to have a weekend, man. Anyway, enjoy your evening. Bye.